This is so weird. I haven't picked up a camera in a couple months, and I'm picking it up for this, of all things. But I feel like this is highly relatable, and that's a goal of mine with my content. Something that is applying to everyone who's going through their 20s. I feel just so weird. I just barely got home from work, like literally just walked in the door, and I just feel so weird. I'm like, I have the rest of the day ahead of me, and I just don't know what to do with myself. Like, I have enough energy that I don't really want to just like sit in my bed and cry about it and be sad, but I also like, that is kind of, I wish that that's what I felt like doing, because I also am not really ready to just like clear out my space of him and all of these things. I feel like I've had a lot of experience when it comes to healing things, and I've learned a lot. The only piece of advice that I have, if you're newly in the beginning stages of a breakup, the only way to get through it healthy, in my experience, is no contact. The reasons that no contact is very important is because what happens is one of three things. You either stay attached, you stay hopeful, you slow down the healing process, or you keep pouring salt over a healing wound, and every time you see them, every time you hear from them, it's just like a slap in the face over and over again. Or what most commonly happens is it starts off as one of those, and then it turns into, you develop like a competitive spirit with each other, and your pride gets in the way, and it starts to become really hurtful when you find out that they're maybe dating again, or they've accomplished something in their life, or they're coping differently than you are, or at least that's what it maybe looks like on social media. And it starts like a competitive cycle, and it's painful and it's unhealthy. I found that the only thing you can really do is mute all their social medias, block them if you really have to for your own well-being. Work on creating energetic love for them and leave it at that. Whatever you do, don't reach out to them. Whatever you do, don't reach out to them when you're sad. Don't do that, okay? It's just weird. I just don't know what to do with myself. I don't know if I want to see people. I don't know if I want to distract myself and go hang out with friends, but I don't know who I would want to hang out with. I think journaling these things is really important, and I want to write down everything while it's fresh, because reflecting, like healing a breakup especially, like journaling, looking back at your journal entries and reflecting on how far you've come, or like sometimes later on in life you make up ideas in your head about a breakup or about a relationship or something, and it's kind of nice to go back and look at your journal entries and be reminded of how you felt in the moment of when something was happening, and kind of more so what the reality of it might have been, less so how you remember it. So I'm gonna try and journal. I don't know. My room's a mess, and I'm not gonna do anything about it, I don't think. In my brain, I want to be so productive. My body doesn't really have the energy for that, and that's okay. I think I'm gonna go see friends later.
I gotta try to riz so hard this year, and then she's just not gonna be able to riz this because I'm just gonna have crazy riz.
Period. What shirt is that? Okay, I'm hanging up on you. You're being boring.
Okay, goodbye.
Period. Is a romance what I need right now? I don't know, but I need to finish it. I need to keep going.
Okay, there's a couple things I don't do, but that just happens to be one of them.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, appreciate it. You're the best. I miss you.
I'm the best in the West. You're the best in the Midwest.
Okay, I'm heading to Red Button.
Okay, I love you.
Okay.
I'm going out with my friends, and we're gonna go to late night sushi. Yeah, we're gonna go to late night sushi. Let me show you the outfit. Not that I ever have anywhere good to put up my camera. Like, what is this? Like, why, what is this? I'm not sure. Just see if you can see it enough. Sometimes it just feels good to feel cute, you know? Oh, wow. This is you, if you're wondering. I'm gonna go surround myself with people who make me happy.
Yes! 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 You didn't get anything.
It's my snack right here.
Well, I made it like more than halfway through the social event before I was ready to just curl up in a ball and cry. Forgive me because the dishwasher is so loud, oh my gosh. I had a friend once tell me that she loved having plants because whenever she had to water the plants, it was like a reminder that she should be taking care of herself too. My plant is not doing very well. Last night was definitely really weird. Like, I just started to feel a lot of like emotions that I wasn't really expecting. I think because we didn't break up because anything bad necessarily happened. It's not so much that I'm processing something specifically, it's just the absence of like what was there, and I noticed myself craving attention and affection while simultaneously feeling the need to isolate myself. Not in like a, oh, I need to spend some time, I need to grieve, but in like an unhealthy way where it's just like I'm isolating because I feel like I'm not worthy of any of my relationships. I really don't know how to explain it. I don't feel that emotion very often, but it is coming up with this breakup, which I think kind of makes sense, right? I think part of it has to do with me trying to fill a void, and it's just kind of law of attraction. Like when you're yearning for something so badly, it doesn't really work out in the best way, and that makes me feel unworthy of that. I really don't know how to explain it. I don't know what today is gonna bring. It's a Sunday and I work later today. I have a couple hours. I need to like wash my hair and do a couple things around the house, and I need to get groceries. It's kind of weird when you're just like going about normal day things, but like something so big just happened, but like the show must go on. I don't know. It's just weird. Okay, I'm going to work and I want to show you guys my outfit. I got a new job as a host at a restaurant, and my favorite thing is that I get to play dress up every single time I go to work. I work a lot this week and I think it's going to be a really good thing to kind of keep me distracted. I have a lot of fun at my jobs, so I think this will be good. I feel like a breakup kind of hits you in the face when you've had a really long day, or something happens that you just, good or bad, that you just want to tell somebody, and there's no one who you can go and talk to who's obligated to like listen to you talk about your day and like just, and cares. It's also probably that my roommate is out of town too, so that doesn't help. But like, I went to my phone to like send a text being like, oh, guess what just happened at work? And you can't do that. And that's when it just like hits you. You're like, oh, I can't do that anymore. It really sucks, you know? Tomorrow I don't work or anything, and which means I can stay up late to do whatever I want. I think I'm just gonna binge watch my show. I've been watching The OC. I made myself some popcorn We're gonna have a little movie night.
I love that you're a vlogger,
Like barely. I post like once every 3 months.
but I love it. You
But
know, I
I'm
should be-
vlogging my breakup.
Oh, I like that.
Is that cringe?
No, I love it. How's that going for you?
I don't even know if I'll post it, but we're just documenting this. Everyone, Gracie's helping me by letting me use her pool to sit in the sun and soak away the breakup. And then we're gonna go do some retail therapy, so. Yes!
That's the best time.
Yes! It's a shame to say that retail therapy really genuinely does work. Like, I get in the most consumerist moods. And it's really bad because I'm like the most broke I've ever been in my entire life as we speak. This is what I bought, just this one shirt. Oh, it's just so cute. It's just so cute. With the jean shorts I was wearing, oh, it's so comfy. But I shouldn't be spending my money on clothes. My room is disastrous. When is my room actually not disastrous? It occurs, this is like a daily occurrence that I'm like, oh my gosh, my room is so messy, I can't function. And I just let it like get to that point again and again and again. I just keep hoping that that motivation will clean will just come to me somehow. Yesterday was low-key probably the worst day so far, besides maybe like the actual day we broke up, because my parents like moved back into town and I met up with my mom and we just had so many conversations that just like reminded me of how present he's gonna be in my life, whether or not I want him to. You could break up mutually, but it always goes sour when you start to hear about each other's lives after it, and I wanted to do no contact. I like really was gonna take that space, but then like hearing, you know, from a friend or a family member, you hear about their life and it still is kind of the same thing, and I'm just realizing I'm probably gonna have to ask the people in my life just not to tell me anything about it, because there's always a feeling of like anger and resentment that arises, which I just hate. And it's like for no reason at all besides the fact that like seeing that you're coping differently, and that's really all it boils down to, is that you're coping differently. But I think sometimes in the moment it's hard to like remind yourself that like that's just how they're coping, and sometimes it can feel very like hurtful or intentional with what they're doing, you know. It's easy to feel like, oh, they knew how this would affect me, but really like they're grieving something too and they're coping in their own way. But I just heard some stuff about like what he's doing and it just like put me in such a weird mood. And I pondered it because I think it is good to meditate on those things, but I tried to make a really big effort for when I was pondering it to be thinking of it in like a positive mindset of like continuously reminding myself like he's just coping in this way, right? Working really hard not to make it such a victim mentality type of thing. It stirred up a lot of emotions, and I'm realizing I just don't want to hear about it. I think going into work was a really good thing because I couldn't think about it all of work because we were busy. It's been a little over a week since we broke up. I don't ever really feel super sad about the breakup. I mean, when it's happening, yes. Like when the breakup happens, I feel sad. And then I don't really cry over it or show serious emotion over it in any way until like maybe even months later. And so I feel like this first week hasn't really been like me taking steps to like heal things, because I'm just still sort of processing that like it happened. Like I'm still kind of waiting for it to hit me. So this week has just been like me going about my everyday life and just like realizing that like I'm not waking up to these texts from him and not fantasizing about him, and I can't just be like daydreaming about him. I don't know. And honestly, it's been a great week and I've been working a lot. Surprisingly, I don't think spending time with my family really benefited me a whole bunch, because I think if anything, it was being with my family that made it feel the most like, oh yeah, like we're broken up. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know why. It was like the least form of distraction. Maybe because they're like my comfort people and I have something to be comforted over. It caused me to kind of have to like think about it. I don't know. I will say something I do know about myself is that oftentimes I do rebound. Oftentimes I do move on maybe too fast. And oftentimes I just like am replacing people in my life. And I'm really working hard to watch myself and be careful and know my intentions when I'm spending time with people. I'm also trying to avoid keeping people in my life right now to avoid facing my emotions. But I also am really seeing the value in getting out of the house, and sometimes I think a little distraction can be healthy. This isn't like a video about like how I would get over a breakup, all my tips and things like that. This is really just like how the first week of a breakup looked for me. And I don't think it was as emotional as it might be for a lot of people, or as maybe was expected. I sobbed the day it happened and I haven't really cried since. But I may continue this series. There may be a point where the emotions do hit me and maybe I'll continue to show that. Anyways, if you're going through a breakup right now, my advice for you is to surround yourself with people you love. No contact whatsoever. Keep boundaries when it comes to hearing about their life and all of those things. And implement movement into your routine. Prioritize that. Okay. Love ya.